He was just there. Manny, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, there we go.
All right. Yep, there we go.
All right, questions are going into the main chat, guys, just under where my video was posted. So have a peek there, and we'll start going through them. I hope that by the end of this, we can kind of get rid of everything. And I really think we actually can. So Creator will go through things with everybody just to kind of move on from this. And just, we all know how much pain has been caused. We all know, like, I know it's easy to say, but hard to really empathize with how much this is kind of dragged on a little bit. But there's always been a plan, in my opinion. And Creator's always shown that he has a plan and a backup plan and so on and so forth. So hopefully by the end of this, we'll have better understanding of what's going on and a better understanding of what is ahead, so we can just move on in a positive way and yeah, be done with it. So Creator, did you want us just to go start with the questions, or did you want to start with anything?
I will start with saying that I want to, first of all, because I know this question is going to be asked automatically, no doubt. So I want to go ahead and clear the air here. Everybody, especially in DeFi right now, wants the main thing they want more than anything is truth, right? Everybody wants truth. They want to know the truth about what's going on, the truth about just everything around a project and so forth. So I want to give everybody a little bit of truth here, and then I'll go ahead and we'll just take questions from there.
Okay.
So
sounds
pertaining to the loan that I was talking about, this loan that I'm talking about is a personal loan. Okay. So what I'm doing, and I kind of admitted it a little bit in the last AMA, I way over leveraged in the project. We had a lot of people come in. I wasn't expecting it to be a rush flood of people as much as we did have. And because of that, we had some over leverage, which is on me. I should have, when that over leverage was taking place, I should have right then and there stopped it. Obviously, that would have, either way, even if I did that, it would have caused a lot of FUD regardless, but I should have done it either way. So the fact that I didn't, it really just hurt myself more than anything. And now it's requiring me to dig into my personal assets, okay, to be able to. So basically what I'm doing is I'm getting a personal loan using my own assets as collateral. So that's where it's coming from. A lot of people are asking, well, if you have the funds, where can we see it? We can't trace the wallets. You won't be able to trace the wallets because it's coming from my personal assets, which have never been used in this project since day one. So I'm digging into my own personal assets and getting collateral, using it as collateral as a loan to get everybody paid off and situated. So that is the truth behind what I am doing right now. I will now open up for questions.
Okay. Pocket, there's like an internal chat here in the StreamYards. Could you would it allow you to paste them all here, or?
I paste them all in the Discord. I can do it one at a time there, just because some of them are long. So I'll just pull them in one at a time to make it easy.
Yeah.
So
that'll be good anyways. That way, one at a time. Good.
So anybody, there's very few people, but anybody having no sound, I'm assuming it's going to be an issue on your end. There's no reason why otherwise. But and again, some of these actually, now that I'm looking at them, are going to become a little bit. So hopefully everybody hears and understands the ramifications and the commitment that Creator just showed. And I'm not trying to be guys. Again, like I said, backup plan on backup plan, and he's always done this through all the other projects. I've been here since the very first one, and I get how hard it's been through this one because of how long it took, but this is why we're dealing with 4 times the funds.
So I also do want to cut in a little bit there, Pocket. I'm sorry for cutting in, but this was always, for me, was a last resort. It was always a backup plan for me. If anything ever went wrong fully, that I would have to dig into my own assets to make sure everybody was squared away. Obviously, it's not something that I wanted to do, because obviously who has to pay taxes on that? I do. So it's not something that I wanted to do or intended to do, but because of the over leverage and not being able to control that or stop it when I should have, which again, I take full responsibility for, I now have to dig into my own assets to get everybody squared away. And that's what I'm doing. So,
and I think, I mean, we talked about this very briefly, but the thing also that keep in mind is like, yeah, okay, it's great to think about what should have happened. A lot of people seem to lean on that a lot. Like, yes, maybe he shouldn't have done the USDC contract before the other ones were done, and the like. We get it. He gets it. We got to move on and what we can do now. So first question, just so we're not taking too much of everybody's time, and I'll just paste it again, is, and I think this is kind of answered, how
Yep.
sure are you to be able to pay the crypto loan quickly? I guess that's not really their problem. It's your problem. But can you tell us?
well, there's really no payment as far as crypto loan because
Yeah.
I'm using my personal assets as collateral. So when you use your personal assets, for those of you that don't know, I know a lot of you do, but when you use your own personal assets, especially in crypto, your crypto is held as collateral for the loan. So you're really never really paying back on the loan other than using your own crypto that's already your assets as collateral for that loan.
Sorry, and a few
So
people, you're
basically,
saying you're hearing music. You're hearing music because you're still in the AMA on the Discord. Get out of the AMA, and the music will go away. Okay, sorry, and I know, yeah, Lotus is back. He jumped off there.
Yeah, my bad. I accidentally hit the back button. Okay. Yeah, that honestly, just real quick, like there were a ton of questions that you guys asked about, like how is he going to secure a loan? If he's using the funds from exchanges, and like I had a feeling, Creator had kind of hinted to me that, and he had, in DMs more so, but he had already said it in the first AMA that it was going to be a personal one. But I wanted him to be the one to say it so you could all hear it and not just have me, say it. And then how do you know that? So, but like 4 out of the 11 questions on that are already answered just because of the fact that it's not the type of loan anyone thinks it is.
Yeah. Okay. And maybe actually I'll
right.
just pick and choose them as we go. And sorry, Lotus, I'm kind of asking them only because it's just easier for me to copy and paste and
Nah, it's fine. It's fine, man. It's fine. It's fine.
And let's go on to here. So question 2 is, and this is obvious, some of the stuff I don't know if we're going to be able to get to now, but it'll come out. But question: who is determined to be in the private Discord afterwards? I guess it says USDC, that's private, but I know you mentioned something in the video about a private thing after this. Do you have any details right now, or?
Yeah, so basically how this is going to work is I'm actually, and this is the way that we're doing things moving forward. I am in the process of and the reason why I want everybody to self-refund themselves once we add the liquidity, the funds to the USDC contract is because I'm in the process of opening up a hedge fund, which is basically a offshore's hedge fund, which will be ran. Everything will be ran based, through the USDC contract. Will be ran through that hedge fund, and in that process, basically, what's going to happen is they're going to have to be, if you want to be a part of it moving forward, you will have to sign a contract, and if you agree to that contract, you sign it. If you don't, then obviously you wouldn't be able to take part. There will be a 60-day lockup, and it has to be like that. And this is the thing, there's a lot of people, and I don't want to sound rude or sound mean, but the reality is there's a lot of people there's no control when it comes to smart contracts, and that's the biggest downside of smart contracts, is that anybody can easily deposit. There's people that come in having no idea where the funds are being generated or how they're being generated. People don't understand that when it comes to, for example, trading or just generating funds in general through crypto, that it doesn't always happen overnight. The markets change from day to day. There's no way to fully predict. So obviously, if you're in a trader, you're in some type of trade, and the market just crashes. You can't just pull out with a 50% loss on that trade. You're going to have to wait. That trade is going to stay open until the market comes back up and you're able to take profit on that trade. So sometimes, based upon the market, that could take 30 days, that could take 45 days. Okay, so if funds are locked up, using to generate more, basically, rewards, and somebody wants to take out, there's where are those funds coming from if they're locked up and they're in trades? So this is something that a lot of people don't understand pertaining to trading and things like this. So I think what happened is a lot of people that came in, especially when it comes to smart contract, it's just a lot of people coming in that don't understand the reality of how trading works and the reality of how long it could take. Everybody is looking for an overnight, like, I want my rewards now. Um, and it's not always generated on a day-to-day basis. It could take a month before you actually see real take profit on any trade. So, and that's any real trader knows this, and that's just the reality of trading in general. But
Yeah.
hopefully that answered it a little bit.
I think so, and a few things in there. So we'll get to some questions in the live stream or on the Discord, guys. But we just want to get through these
Yeah,
couple.
these questions, guys, were like big ones that a lot of people wanted, and like me and Pocket specifically like edited, kind of condensed them, but they're important because they're gonna kill all the FUD. Everybody will be on the same page. Nobody's gonna be accusing Manny of stealing or rugging. No one's gonna accuse me of Pocket or being paid off by him, because I know there's been people that
Yeah,
have said it
let me just hold on. Let
multiple
me just jump in
times.
there
Hold on,
because we
Lotus. Let
talked
him,
about
yeah,
that
go on that one.
earlier. Yeah. Let's just real quick touch on that. First of all, there's a lot of stuff going on, and this happens in crypto. Listen, this right now, there's a lot of stuff that I want to let everybody know now. Everybody can listen and hear me. There's a lot of stuff going on that is just not truth. Okay. Um, First off, I talked to Pocket Aces about this earlier through Discord. I've had people that have created businesses. Okay, businesses in my name. Okay, because it doesn't, you can easily go online and create a business in anybody's name if you have their name, their address, without any issues. It'll take you 30 minutes to do it. So I've had people that have created businesses in my name. I've had people that have created social media profiles in my name. I've had people that have created Telegram profiles in my name, trying to deceive other people, pretending to be me. Okay, this has happened on Telegram. This has happened on Instagram. This has happened on many social platforms. This is the reason why I don't use Telegram anymore. This is the reason why I shut down my Telegram account completely, because there was too many people trying to impersonate me on Telegram. Instagram was the same thing. There's right now, looking into it, which I have someone looking into this currently, that I know there's about two businesses right now that I know that have been opened up in my personal name that I never opened up, that somebody else went and opened up under my name that I never actually gave permission or opened up myself. So there's a lot of things that are going on, a lot of speculation. There's a lot of things that are being passed around, and there's the reality is there's no real truth behind some of this stuff. Okay, I've admitted that I have over leveraged on in this project, and again, to be honest, it's due to the fact that smart contracts run so fast. So there's when you set a smart contract to, let's say, pay out a certain percentage or a certain amount, even if you're able to change that function and amount, it never stops. The contract runs, transactions come through in thousands per day, and there's no way to really stop that. And that's one of the downsides of a smart contract is, it runs so fast, and you having to be able to generate those rewards, those type of yields in such a fast period of time can cause over leverage. And that's exactly what happened. So at this point, what I'm doing is now digging into my personal assets to be able to get the remaining refunds done and get everybody squared away.
Just to clarify on the over leverage part, because some people do end up asking that, you're talking about like the project got too big and it just became too much funds to move around and manage in a timely manner when you have to do rewards and pull money in and out. It was getting too large.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about, I think another mistake that I made, and I'll admit that as well, is that I opened up three separate contracts opened up. Okay, so we had the BSC USDT, we had the Polygon, and then we had the Tron contract. So those are three contracts, and those are all on different networks. So that means that funds have to be exchanged and transferred between three different networks at all times, and that requires a lot of, first of all, a lot of fees, a lot of fees that are involved in that type of exchange when you're transferring between one network to another, and it's very hard to manage when you have all these contracts on separate networks. And that was another big thing that kind of again came back to really bite me in the ass, if you want to say it that way.
Okay, yeah, and thanks for this this vulnerability, really. And I think again, it's going to go a long way in everything.
Yeah, I do too. Oh, by the way, Pocket, I have I found what you were talking about. I found the copy and paste.
Oh, gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
so you did the first question, right? You did these in order still, I'm guessing.
Sort of, and I'm skipping to. I did 1, 2, and then I'm skipping to 4 now, or yeah, 4 because it's an important one, and I think the other ones were not needed, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah. Well, all right. I'll read four, and then I guess
Here, I'll just paste it in here, and you can go for it.
yeah. All right. So, question: Who? Oh, wait. You already did that. The
I paid.
did you do? Did you do these out of order?
Here, I'll do this. No, I put
Okay.
the order that was there.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Are there
That'll help.
timeline complications right now? So I believe that question is relating to both the loan and your ability to complete all of the refunds for the original three contracts in USDC.
Okay, so I'll answer that question. I believe I was, and I was talking with Pocket Aces about this just to clarify. I put the video on. I put the video. The last video I put out was not only put in the announcement section, but it was also put on the website, because I know there's a lot of people that aren't in the Discord group, and I wanted to make sure that the information was getting out there properly and not just in the Discord group and then people were passing along or altering what I said to create FUD. So I put it on the website as well. So pertaining to what I said in the video, I said it specifically that the loan will be available either Monday or Tuesday. Okay, so I don't know exactly what time or the exact day it could be. And currently at this, at this current moment, just looking at, I don't know the exact time. I can look at and see the exact time. All right, so today is actually already Monday. Okay, it is currently 2:52 AST time, so it's already really Monday. So I don't know if the loan's going to come in later on today or if it's going to come in on Tuesday. Whenever it does, that's when I'm going to start sending out the refunds. I do know for a fact that it is going to be coming in either today or Tuesday. That I do know for sure. I've
Just
already it's already verified information. It's already
Mhm.
been it's in stone that it is going to be available between those times. I just don't know the exact time, so I can't. I don't want to get out here and say, oh, it's going to be available on Monday this time or Tuesday this time, and then it's not available on Monday. That it's just going to cause more problems. So I'm giving you guys the honest truth. It's going to be between today, sometime Monday, and Tuesday is when I get the loan. At that time, I'm going to start dishing out the refunds. When I do that, it's not going to take long for me to dish them out. I don't know the exact time as far as how long it's going to take me. I am going to be doing them through a batch refund, but even through the batch refund contract, it is still it's going to be entered in manually. I will, once I start the refund process up again, I will post in the Discord group and on the website as well, because I want everybody to see this. I will be posting the links to the contracts that they're being sent from, so that way everybody can track and see the amount of refunds that have been sent out. Now, on top of that, I said this earlier, I am going to start from the biggest wallets going up to the lowest. The reason why I'm doing that is because the biggest wallets are the biggest, those are the individuals that need to get squared away first. Okay, they've been waiting the longest, I believe, and the biggest wallets need to get squared away first. It's just the way that I feel it should be, and we'll work our way up. The thing is, when it comes to big wallets, we probably have, I would say, just a rough estimate. I don't have it in front of me, but probably about 80 between all three contracts, somewhere around 80 big wallets where I can say it's 50K and up. So it's not something that's going to take a long time, because we're talking about 80 wallets. Refund the big wallets first and then continue refunding more after that. So that's the way that I'm going about doing the process of the refunds.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
guys, some people are asking some questions like, why not do it this way? Why not do it that way? Guys, any other way is going to be very complicated to do, because it's just a spreadsheet. You can't do it in the order that they were given, because we have no idea what order that was on the spreadsheet. It's just, let's just get it done and not micromanage how creators going to do it, in my opinion.
Yep. Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick, just so because I don't want to be accused of anything. I don't want you to be accused. And I don't want me. If you guys submitted questions to me or Pocket and like the questions haven't been asked, it's because the questions became immediately redundant the moment Manny answered. Like for example, when he talked about the loan being personal, there was like several questions because everybody assumed that the loan was through crypto on an exchange. So if you had a question like that, the reason it hasn't been asked is because it is now redundant and you have your answer. So there you go. And there are
And
a
if
couple questions on the list
Yeah,
that
yeah.
still
One more
work.
thing I want to clarify, because I think this should be put out there and everybody should hear this. First off, Pocket Aces, okay, is a part of the admin team, okay, and anytime, look at the amount of work that he's put in for this project. Yes, obviously he does get paid to be an admin. All the admins get paid. It's just like any other business or project. You obviously pay the admins because they're putting in their work and time. As far as Lotus goes, Lotus reached out to me and asked me to do a AMA, to get some things clarified. Okay, in no way, shape, or form have I ever paid Lotus up to this point. Okay, now in the future we'll see after we get these refunds. Maybe we can, we'll see what
Well,
happens after that.
we'll
But
see, man. But
yeah,
yeah, I'm a community member. He has not paid me a dime. Okay, I have
right.
shown screenshots in the other server that I am broke. My bank account is negative, and I'm not like begging for sympathy. I'm giving you guys proof. I have not been paid. Right, I've not been refunded. I'm not at the
Right.
top of the list. I'm not getting priority treatment. Nobody is getting
Right.
priority treatment at all.
all
Yeah,
right.
and another thing is we have, just to clarify, and again, this is all, I'm bringing out the truth here so everybody understands the truth. Everybody wants the truth, so I'm giving it to you for what it is, and it's the honest truth. We have a total of seven, I believe, right? Pocket Ace is seven admins.
Yeah, I
Am
think
I
so.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a total of seven admins. That's the total of admins that we have in the Discord group. Obviously, like I said, all these admins do get paid because they're the ones that are here while I'm working in the background taking care of things. These are the individuals. These are the people that are there answering questions. Being in the Discord group to support the community and try to help the best that they can. So obviously, just like any other project or business, you know they get paid for that. They're not going to put in their time for free. And another thing is, even while uh, a lot of you are still waiting, and again, I've said this before, it's on the blockchain. We have delivered thousands of refunds, even though the ones of you that have not received a refund, the same way that you haven't, so the admins right now are backed up on payments. Okay, and Pocket Aces can say that I pushed out admin payouts for pretty much 2 weeks, and they're still here because they support the product. So right now, Pocket Aces is here, and he hasn't been paid in what, 2 weeks,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
3 weeks.
And don't care.
So again, this is
Yeah.
just being very truthful with everybody, and it's because he believes in the project, not the fact that it has nothing to do with the money in general. So again, this is something that's taken effect on everybody, and I last resort, I had no choice but to say, you know what, I have to dig into my personal assets to get everybody squared away, and that's what I have to do. So that's what I'm doing now.
All right. So
Yeah, I'll let I did the last question. How about we like go back and forth? Yeah, you can ask
yeah,
this
that's
next
fine.
one.
Whatever. Yeah, no worries. So I just put this one up here, and I mean, it's kind of answered. So a lot of people asking how much do you have enough to cover it all? I mean, I presume with your personal funds added into the funds that we have in the centralized exchange, you've got what you need to leverage it. I don't think we need to go
Correct. So
numbers.
so this is the process of what I'm going to be doing. I'm going, because, and again, I've seen a lot of the messages in the Discord group, and I understand people for some reason think that exchanges will not put that there's not limitations, but in reality there are. So for that fact, that's why I had to move to this last resort. So what I'm going to do is I'm going in my personal assets, getting a collateral loan against my own personal assets and I was able to get it. It was supposed to be 60%, but I was actually able to get it at 70% collateral. So I'm getting 70% of a 70% loan using my assets as collateral. So they're going to give me 70% on what my assets are worth. And that's how I'm going to be able to pay everybody off. Understand, I've been in crypto for not just crypto, but just in general. I've been, we're not going to get into detail because that doesn't matter. That's my own personal information, I would say. But I've been investing in many different things for many years. So my portfolio is enough to cover, and that's a loss that I'm going to have to take on my end. And from that point, once I refund everybody, at that point, whatever's left on the exchanges, then I'll have to go ahead and just keep that for myself. If I want to leverage up on that, then I can. That's on me. But the main thing is to get everybody situated. And I know I'm going to take a loss on my own personal assets, but at this point, it's last resort. I have no choice. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay, perfect. Did you grab a question already?
Yeah. I have a question right here. Actually, this pertains to that, and it's a simple question, actually, Manny. Just because, but it is important because people have been speculating and fudding on amounts. But the question is, how much in total do you owe investors in refunds in total as of now? That yeah. So people are saying
I could
70
I couldn't I
million.
couldn't give I couldn't give the exact number right now on the video because I don't know that exact number, and I don't want to say a number that's not true and be let it be used against me. I don't know the exact amount, but I will say that it's I don't know the exact amount currently. I listed all the wallets on there on the that's why I created that one sheet. The reason I didn't want to, and I told Pocket Aces this, and again, going back to truth, I told Pocket Aces I didn't want to put the amounts on there because it's just going to cause a lot of craziness. Okay. Every single person, every single user that was on the contracts is coming out with more than what they put in. Okay. That's including what was withdrawn from those users and what they're getting back. So you're getting back your initial deposit, plus you already were able to withdraw even more than that. And on top of that, even when we shut down the contracts, which I don't know, Pocket Ace, if you have the current dates on when we shut each one down. But even after that, we allowed everybody to be able to use that function where they could continue to use that kind of reinvest function. Okay, for I believe again I don't know the exact dates when we shut down the contracts. I don't know if any of
There
you have
was
that
a
information.
date I don't remember the exact ones. QV actually had I think listed somewhere, but there was February 7th and February 17th were two of the dates I know. So yeah.
No, I mean when we actually stopped and shut down
I don't know.
contracts.
Sorry. But I don't know which dates for sure, to be honest.
Okay, so I would say just a rough estimate. It was probably around a month worth of, uh, using the reinvestment function even after, okay, is what most of you are getting back. So you're basically going back from again February, and again the numbers are not correct for everybody. It might be a little off, and the reason why is because I was telling Pocket Aces earlier. When we started creating the Google Sheet, not everybody was added at the same time. So we had some people that were, added. We may have added, let's say, 300 on the Google Sheet one day, and then 300 the next day, and 300, and so on. So it was based upon the time that it was added to the Google Sheet, the wallet. So, and that not everybody was added on the same exact date, is what I'm saying. So obviously there is going to be some people that are, as far as percentage wise, that it's going to be different from others. It's also, you have to remember, some people use the reinvestment function more than others. So there's some people that may have put in a lower amount that weren't able to use the reinvestment function as much as others that put in a higher amount. So obviously it's going to be different based upon that. Nobody's going to have the same exact percentage because everybody put in a different amount. That means everybody was able to use the reinvestment function at a different time, and the different amount of times they were able to do it based upon what they put in.
Okay.
Hopefully that makes sense.
Oh
No,
no, it does. It does actually, and you just answered the second to last question. So we
okay.
only have one left, which is perfect. And
I think I
do you
know. Well,
You want to read it?
I
You
don't have
want?
it to copy and paste, but let me know if I'm asking it wrongly. But I guess some people are obviously concerned if there is a contingency plan from here if the loan doesn't work and stuff. But is that correct? Is that what we're getting at, Lotus?
Yeah. The original one, number 9. What is the contingency plan if the loan course of action doesn't work? I believe what they're talking about is if like you get
Yeah,
rejected on the rejected or whatever.
correct. Right. Yes, there is a plan if it doesn't come through. I've already been approved for it. So I just want to state right here
Oh,
the loans have been approved. Okay, so they have been approved. It's not something that we're it's waiting for approval. It's been approved. This is the reason why we released
sorry,
Monday
you're
and
cutting
Tuesday
out a little
because
bit, but I think
it
you
was
said you're basically stating it's
now.
been approved.
You're warbling, Manny.
All right, let me sorry about that. Let me move. It may be where I'm
Move to
located.
the spots in the house with more tin.
All right, can you? No, I'm actually outside right now. Can
Oh,
everybody
there
hear
you
me?
go.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me just restate that. So when it comes to the loans, it was already approved. This is the reason why I put out the dates Monday or Tuesday. Okay, is
Okay.
when I would be receiving it because it's already approved. If worst case scenario, and yes, I do have a contingency plan. Basically, if it for whatever reason, um, again, doesn't come through, I do have a course of action to still be able to come through with that, and that would be my last resort, which would be. Um, I don't really like to give full details, but I would say
No,
that I have a good I would say business associate that is going to help me out to get that squared away. Let's just put it that way.
awesome. Okay, so we've kind of gotten through all of our questions. I do see a couple of things here, so maybe some generalized answers to obviously the bots is a big one. I don't know if we want. And I actually sorry, there was one other one that I wanted to quickly ask, and
No. Listen. Let's. I have no problem. I know I did tell Lotus it was 30 minutes only, but I'm here to answer questions. So let's just keep them coming.
appreciate it. And I don't know if we want to put timelines on things
Thanks for
because we
that,
all know
man.
how those go. But do you think all refunds will be completed? Like, is there a rough timeline that you feel comfortable with? Again, being very conservative, just for everybody's mindset, as to when
Okay.
we can get refunds done.
Right. So let's say, and I'm just putting this in worst case scenario, that we did again. It's between today, which is Monday, and Tuesday. So let's say worst case scenario, I did get the loan on the end of Tuesday. Okay. At that point, I would start sending out the refunds, and in my estimate, again, it's the estimate, not a exact or perfect time frame. I would say it's going to take me for all the remaining refunds. I believe once the funds are there, I'm able to do everything I need to do within a matter of 48 to 72 hours as far as getting all of them done. Okay, that's my estimate. Now it could be sooner, but I don't want to say sooner and then it's not done in that period of time. My main thing is to make sure that I post the wallets, right? So I'm gonna again back to what I just to restate what I said earlier. Once I have the funds, I'm going to be posting the links to the contracts we're going to be using to do the refunds. That way, everybody can track the transactions and see that refunds are being sent out. So that way,
It,
nobody's saying, "Oh, refunds are being sent out. They're not this. They're not." That way, everybody can see it and know. Look, this is everybody can see that they're being sent out minute by minute and they can track it for themselves.
and I think the
So
nice thing there is that creates your timeline almost, right? And that creates a real timeline that we can go by because we'll see, okay, 150, 250, 300, whatever we're done this
The
day.
blockchain doesn't lie.
Exactly.
right,
So I think it's
exactly.
best to go by that anyways. And then, so I guess a few people asking about the bots. Do we have, again, being conservative, are we basically waiting for those? Is the fair thing to say is that we're waiting for those until after we're done the refunds and we close the USDC contract? So really no date until then, or do we have something that can happen sooner?
No, that's the exact reason why I posted. If you look at the Gembot AI website, you'll see that I posted on there the date. So I did. I don't know, and for those of you that don't see the update, you need to clear out. I think I said this in the announcement.
You did,
I can't
yeah.
remember, but Yeah, so sometimes you have to clear out. Anytime there's an update done to a website or changes, sometimes you have to clear out your history and your cookies and caches so you can see that update, or it'll keep populating the old information before you made the update. So if you're not seeing the new information on the website for GemBot, I would recommend to go ahead and just clear out your history, clear out your cookies and caches. That way you can see all the new updated information. So I did post a date on there, and I did also put a new video on there as well. So everything that was populated and posted in the Discord group was also posted on the website.
And keep in mind, another easy way to do it is literally you hold down the control button and hit enter. I've said this a few times. It automatically pulls new information directly from the website to make sure you're totally up to date. So obviously on phones, that's a little different, but yeah, so it's all on here, and keep your eye on there. But,
Yeah, and
and I guess
especially
just
if you're using such as another thing is if you're using like MetaMask or something, sometimes won't MetaMask is probably the probably the worst. It doesn't populate the information when changes are made to the site. You have to completely um, clear out everything from your MetaMask account to see the updates that are on the site. So sometimes when we do updates, not everybody's seeing them because they're not clearing out their history or their all their history in MetaMask. So that can also cause people not to see the actual updates.
Gotcha. And so any chance, and I guess just to be clear, is there a chance this date could change? And basically the whole idea will be to keep an eye on this website or obviously the Discord?
No, we're not changing the date anymore when it comes to the bots. No.
Okay.
Even if, and I'm just going to state this, even if we're not fully done with the refunds, we are still going to open up the GemBot AI software to everybody on that date because we believe it's time to open it up. So we have,
Sorry,
I
you're
know I
breaking
have,
up again.
I have a lot of
You're
people
you're
that
breaking up.
that.
You're
So
breaking up.
let me. All right, let me move. Can you hear
Sorry,
me
I didn't
better
mean to
now?
cut you off, man. But you were. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we can.
Can you hear me better now?
Yep.
Absolutely,
Are we good?
absolutely.
Okay.
We
So
are good.
just to recap on what I was saying just now, we are not changing the date for the GemBot AI software. Okay, it's going to stay that date, even if we're not done with the refunds fully. We are still going to be releasing the software to everybody. The software is actually everything is actually ready, other than us publishing the site to allow people to actually log in or sign in. Okay.
Perfect.
And how it's going to work is really simple. Everybody will receive an email. And I want to state this now. And this is another thing that's been going around that it's been kind of crazy. So because we started, and I said this before, but I just want to state it here and while we're live, because we started accepting payments using a smart contract for GemBot AI for the subscription payments, when you went and made your subscription payment, you had to input your email. So because it was on a smart contract, that's open source. So it was basically public information. So what happened is somebody went and we went and had my team track a little bit. Basically, someone went and downloaded the full database from that smart contract, which gave them access to all the emails, and that's why a lot of people started receiving these emails saying that, PGV creator lost all the funds, or PGV created this, or it was there was all kind of emails I know that were being sent out, and that was because they had access to that database, that email database, because it was an open source and payments were accepted on the smart contract. This is why it took us a little bit longer because of that, because of what happened, which in reality, I mean, I believe it was a good thing to catch that now and not have to deal with it later. Basically, when we release the GemBot AI software to everybody and give them access, everything will be on the inside of your account. So you'll be able to set up 2FA where you can actually, you log in, you have to log in also with 2FA, and you get inside. Your subscription payments will be taken on the inside of the platform, not on the outside where it's open on the website for everybody to see. So that's just to kind of give you an idea of how it's going to work.
Perfect. And I kind of went back to this one just because I think there's some point in talking about USDC quickly. If we understand everything correctly, two questions actually here. First one is obviously everybody's going to be able to harvest their gems before they exit gem hunts, but everybody will need to do both those things once you unlock this one, correct?
That is correct, and I believe I posted dates on there. If you can, Pocket, if you can pull it up on the site real quick.
I think it's on the site right now, right? It should be showing it. You might not be
Yeah,
looking
it
at
should
it,
be
but
showing it. Yeah, it's
yeah.
been on there for well over 24 hours.
Yeah, so we got the 27th and the 28th. So this is when you're going to be unlocking this because you know you'll have the funds by then. So it could be that people will be able to grab their funds from here before everybody gets refunded because it's a manual process on the other side, which is
Can
which
we
is great.
on the screen it's showing? Who's sharing the screen? Is it you, Pocket?
It's me, yeah.
Okay, can you move over to the BSC USD DC contract
Yeah, I
or
can
the
do that.
site itself?
Hello.
Hey, sorry, actually,
Yeah,
we can't get to
click.
the USD.
Yeah, click on it right there. Click on
Oh,
that
the
little
USDC. Sorry, I
icon.
see what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah, there you go. All right, so scroll down and you see there I posted just this, I just wanted to show it here. You see I
yeah.
posted dates and gave a breakdown of everything on each section. So
Oh, yeah,
what
there
I
you go.
did was I removed we removed the deposit function, which is the hunt gems function, because again we want everybody to there's only two functions really that are on there. One is going to be, as you see on the site, harvest gems. You'll be able to harvest whatever you have in there. We're not going to take that away from anybody. You'll be able to harvest that. You're going to want to harvest first, and then after you harvest, you're going to want to go back again and do the basically refund, which is exit gem hunt transaction, to go ahead and get your refund. Okay, so we're not taking away what you've accumulated over this time that you've been waiting for the USDC contract itself.
Yeah.
So you harvest and then you exit.
Perfect. And again, that date right now is what was on the website actually that I just had. So if we go back here, we're looking at March 27th. Basically, as soon as you get the funds, I guess you'll be opening that up
Right.
for people. Great. And that's, I
Right,
think, going to be
and
really
again, I
handy.
just want to clarify. I don't know the exact time.
Yeah.
So, what I'm going to do is, as soon as I receive them, one of the first things I'm going to do before I start up the refund process, I'm going to pump up the USDC contract, which will allow, and then turn on the functions, which will allow individuals to be able to go ahead and, basically harvest and withdraw. So while I'm doing refunds for the other contracts, everybody can go ahead and exit, harvest and exit the gem hunt on the USDC contract.
Yeah. Okay.
If that
Perfect.
makes sense.
I have a question actually from somebody who DM'd me. It's for you, Manny. It's actually a really good one. Speaking, and it's on the subject of gem bots. Dear creator, because a lot of us have been waiting for our refunds on the contracts and wanted to get into the gembot.a bots, can you please basically he's asking if you would do another like $100 like pre-sale for the people who like basically got locked out of buying in because they were waiting on a refund basically.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna, yeah, that's a very good question, and that's something that I've been talking about with my team, my tech team. But basically, what we're gonna do is once we release the software to everyone, okay, and you have access inside of your account, okay, it's going to be, we're gonna leave it for a full month at the set price of 100, and it will even be stated there as 100, and then after that we'll move it up and bump it up to 200. And that's just because of all this, the waiting and everything. Another thing is, whenever you purchase your subscription, the date will be changed. So your payment, your subscription date starts on when you actually when you actually get access to the software. So it's not going to start, even though if you connect your wallet right now to the site and it's showing you this date, that date is not correct. Okay, we're going to update that once you get access to the inside of the platform. You'll see on there that your date will be completely changed. So you're not going to be charged for all this time that you've been waiting. We're not, obviously we're not going to charge anybody for a subscription that they, for a software that they don't have access to yet. So your date will start exactly when, at the time frame that you get access to the bots themselves.
Well,
Somebody
I
asked about
pretty
okay.
sure that opened that. Pretty sure that was a good answer. Sure
Yeah,
that guy's
exactly.
satisfied.
So
Yeah.
bots will continue at $100, and somebody asked about rewards again on USDC. You'll be able to get your rewards on USDC. You're pretty much losing nothing
Correct.
from the USDC contract. Really, everybody's getting out
Correct.
way ahead. So be happy for that for sure. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that stands out to me. Sorry guys if I missed anything. lots of thank yous. And what percentage? You said, I think already, that the percentage is not changing, right? It's going to be 1.25.
No, we're not. Yeah. We're not going to change the percentage. We want everybody to exit. So we honestly don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. And I was talking to um, my team. I don't think it's fair that we just change the percentage on everybody and say, hey, here's what it is. Drop it down to, let's say, 0.01, and say, hey, here's your rewards. Everybody withdraw, and then
Wind up
exit
with
Gem
nothing.
Hunt. Yeah, we're not doing that. That's not what we're doing. It's going to stay what it is, and whatever you have accumulated there in your account, which again we fixed the website, so everybody. I don't know if anybody checked Pocket. Did you check to see if the websites were updated? I did put out an
They
announcement,
were.
but I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay,
everything
so
looks good.
right, so everybody should see the populated information as far as the amount you have to harvest. So that will not change.
Yeah,
Okay, what
okay.
you've accumulated thus far will not change. You harvest and exit.
Yeah. And again, we asked this. So some questions are being asked, I think, after I already went to the website. But basically, for timelines, guys, keep an eye on the website. Most of the dates are all updated there now. It looks like those should be set in stone, and there should be no issues with those. But like, just in case, I'll say anything can happen. But Creator has said that he's going to be sticking to
All right, so
the.
I see a question on the screen. What happens to people who are stubborn and refuse to leave
Yeah,
USDC
I pulled that up
contract?
for you.
That's a good question. So basically, what will happen is if there's any users left on the USDC contract, they will be refunded. There is a function on the contract that allows us to do refunds. So I'm able to actually, even though it's set up to do self refunds, I can actually initiate a refund myself. So basically, those that did not exit will manually on our side will manually refund those individuals that decided that they just for whatever reason did not want to exit.
But
Okay.
guys, be safe every
Again, the
time.
reason we need everybody to exit is because we're changing the format, the way we're doing things. We are because of the fact that we want to we want to clean things up to where it's there's not there we have more real, I would say, I would just put it this way, real investors rather than a lot of individuals who just come in expecting to get rich overnight. There's different mindsets to it, so we want to focus on those who. That's why we're going to go private and do things that way. So that's the plan moving forward.
You mean the when Lambo people are bad? Shocker. Shocker.
Yeah. And I don't think mathematically this can happen, but somebody was asking, can they still harvest? Will they be able to harvest under 50? I believe anybody that put in the minimum should be able to be over 50 in rewards by now.
I would think so. I don't think we'd have to go through and double check. But what I will do is, if for whatever reason that we have someone, and we can easily see on the contract, but
Yeah.
if we do have some individuals who are not able to take out their rewards because let's say they have 40 or 42 worth of rewards, then we will we will basically send that amount to those individuals,
Yeah.
and then so that's what we'll do.
Yeah. Okay. So you're all taken. Everybody's taken care of. Yeah. So that's awesome.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just seeing if there's anything else that pops out.
I have one. I mean, it's kind of redundant because Manny already answered to this to me in DMs and in the video and on like in words. But just so we're clear in the AMA right now, that way nobody can ever ask this again without getting face palm emojis. Maybe clarify the 5% fee on refund issue happens or not, which is a no, right? You've pretty definitively said multiple times it's not happening.
Correct. So the 5% refund fee is not there. So whatever's on the sheet, that is what everybody is being refunded, and that's the set amount. It's not. There's no deductions on that. Correct.
Wild. Awesome.
There
Okay.
you go. There you go, people.
You heard it here. All right. Discord group. So join other. I'm assuming that might be yours, possibly. But
yeah. So
I guess, Lotus, do you want to say anything to that? Sorry.
Yeah. I just want to say a couple things actually because there's been a lot of confusion. So that server was set up specifically so that people could like just talk a little more free. All right. without getting timed out and stuff. And people seem to think these wild things like, oh, it's a Bash Manny Discord. Oh, we can say death threats and we can dox Manny. And that is absolutely not going to happen. You will be banned just as quickly as you are in the other server. And it has happened. We have banned people. So that's the first thing. It
Right.
is not a secret group. Anyone who says that
I will. I will.
prosperity true
Yeah.
thing real quick, mate, this is a very
All
important
right.
point. It is not a secret group, never was, never will be. Okay, it is perfectly open. Both Pocket and Manny are in there, so if you say some shit about them, they can see it. They can see everything you say, so it's not secret. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'll say this. And like I said, going back to truth again. I know all the groups that were created. Okay. For the intentions, I would say to destroy me. I guess you would say. Because that's just the reality of what they were created for. I know all the groups. I have people in those groups. I don't personally join those groups, but I have people in those groups that have taken screenshots of everything that's been posted. I know what everybody is saying. I know what people are posting. I know the different threats of different things that have been posted, and I know them. Now, I will say this is right now, and I'm just gonna say this, because of the fact that, and there's been people that have stayed. Oh, well, Manny left. Manny's not in the location that he lives in, and this and that. Well, obviously, I'm not because I've had threats towards my family. Okay, I've had people, threaten my family, threaten my wife, threaten, everything that I love, threaten them. So put yourself, all of you listening, put yourself in my situation. Those of you who have families, what would you do in my situation? Would you just stay where you are, or would you move to a different location until you get what you have to get done for these refunds, and then move on, right? So. Everyone has to remember, yes, I am here. I'm part of this project. I run this project, but at the same time, I'm also a father. I'm also a husband, and I have to protect my family at any cost. So when I have people that are threatening my family's life, I take that very seriously, and I have to do whatever I have to do. So I will state this: I'm not currently in my home or location that I normally would be in, and that's due to the fact that I had a lot of threats towards my family. So I had to move out, or not move out, but I had to move away for a little bit until I get this done. And once I do, at that point, then you know, I'll go back to a normal life. But it's not been easy for me with these threats, and I'm pretty sure that everybody listening that has a family could understand if they were going through that. And this is just not pertaining to money, but just in general, just being a human being. If you were going through what I am as far as threat wise to your family, you would do the same. So I'm not running. I'm not leaving. I'm here. I'm here doing the AMA. I'm not trying to duck or hide. I've had a lot of people, a lot of individuals try to compare this project to other projects and say, oh, he's doing the same thing that this project did or that project did. I don't see that as any type of truth. I'm here. I didn't go anywhere. The websites are still up. I never knocked down the websites. The Discord group is still up. I said, you know what? I'm going to, once we open back up the Discord group, I said, I'm not going to shut it down anymore. No matter what anybody says, I'm going to keep the Discord group opened up until we finish these refunds. I'm going to keep the websites up as well because there's no reason to shut them down. I have no reason to run off for any reason. I'm not um, my intentions, the person that I am, have never been a person that just rug pulls and takes off with somebody else's funds. That's just not who I am or who I've ever been.
And I've said this on a chat many, many times, guys. Like it would have happened by now if that was the type of person he was. I mean, there's just
Yep.
no. I get emotions get high. I get people are going through really shitty things where they've maybe put more in than they should have. We all made mistakes, and maybe you really are at dire straits, and it sucks. But this is not. He would be gone by now if he was intentionally trying to screw anybody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And And also, just to add to that, like, and I know you can attest to this too, Pocket Aces, and I'm not even an employee of PGV, and just to be being a community member, reaching out to Manny and trying to get you guys
Oh,
some
and
more
I did want to
information.
say that as well, because before you go on, just one thing real quick. Okay. First off, this is a project. Okay. There's been a lot of speculation around the fact that that this is a company type based. I guess it would say it was a registered company. That's just not the truth. It is not registered company. Okay. And the reason why, obviously, for just a lot of regulations and things like that. But this is a DeFi project strictly. Okay. So there is no this is not where it's like employees. Everything is, I have my admins, I have my tech team, I have different parts of the team. Obviously they all get paid because they do work, just like if you do work you want to get paid. So but it is not a company in any way, shape, or form. It is strictly a
Yeah.
DeFi project that I created for the community. And originally, as I said before, it was supposed to be a community-based project, which again, because of the rapid growth of it turned into something that I wasn't expecting. Let's just put it that way. The growth was really, really crazy.
It blew up without marketing budget.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
And that's the
yeah,
thing.
just
I never marketed. This thing was never marketed. I never, and I'm, even before this, and I have people, and I've seen it all. People are sharing screenshots of when I used to do affiliate marketing with other projects. Like, it's like these are projects that I didn't run. I was an affiliate marketer for these projects. There's nothing illegal about being an affiliate marketer. Walmart has affiliate program, where you can sell their products and earn money. Amazon, same thing. There's nothing illegal about being an affiliate marketer when you're selling somebody as a product or service. So I was an affiliate marketer prior. I'm very, I guess you would say, talented when it comes to marketing. Not once did I personally put out funds to market the project in general. It was all community based. It was a community that was already there that I built through prior, I guess you could say, prior projects that I was in. And I was in, and let's just, because I've seen, I've seen the screenshot. So let me just clarify this. Okay, I was in, first of all, when I got in DeFi, I was in projects such as Baked Beans. Okay, that's just, everybody knows that project. Baked Beans. There was a lot of other projects out there that I got involved in, but I was not associated as far as being the management of those projects. I was just like everybody else, where I put in. I believed in certain projects, and 99% of them didn't work out. So I said, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I said I want to create a project that people can rely on, and that's just a project that's going to rug people and take off. So that's what kind of motivated me to create this project, and that's what I did. So that's just to just to kind of go back a little bit on the background, and what made me make the decision to even create this project from the get go.
Yeah. Sorry, Lotus. I think you had something you were finishing up there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Real quick, I just wanted to say, like, and I'm sorry I used the word employee. That was like a bad. Like, I'm not on the team, and even despite that, just trying to reach out for the community and get information, I've received multiple death threats, and like earlier I said, like people are accusing me of getting paid off, and I'm sure you can attest to Pocket. Me and you have spoken DMs. You've received death threats. I'm sure Crypto Eric and the other admins have, and it's like, come on, guys. And one last thing I want to add, because I've said this, and me and Manny have spoken DMs. You and me have spoke on this, Pocket. But like, anyone who's thinking about going to the feds or the cops or calling state authorities, I'm just gonna educate you on some criminal law when it comes to money, real quick. If you honestly think the feds are going to like get the money and then give it back to
Give it
you,
back to
that's
anybody?
not how that works. They'll just confiscate the money and then that's it, and then everybody loses. So just keep that in mind, folks.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah,
Please. Keep in mind.
I didn't really want to be the person that stated that, but yeah, that's. I mean, that's this is the same reason why I was trying to explain to you, because a lot of people don't understand how it works, especially in different countries. But the reality is that's why I didn't want to run it as a through the centralized corporation, traditional business style. Because when you do that, everything is ran through that way, and that's including banking and everything else. So obviously, DeFi is a lot different. Transactions are processed by the second. Everything is totally different. It's a whole different, I guess you would say, system. Okay, that gets you away from the centralized system, and that's what I. That's the route I decided to go. So, but yeah, going back to what you just stated, I mean, I can't stop anybody from doing what they want to do, but the reality is that would be a process that would end bad for everybody.
Everybody.
I'm just going to state that way. Nobody would win that way, because again, when it comes to things like that, it would be a process where everybody lost, and that's not what I want for anybody. Um, that's why I'm here on this AMA, to bring you the proper information. And I understand, and I know for a fact, because I have all the screenshots, I have everything. I know there's so much FUD around the project. I know there's so much FUD around, just information that's been shared. And all I can say is that, um, give me the opportunity to get things squared away in the time frame that we just went over in this AMA, and then make your decision based off that.
Yeah.
So that's the best thing. That's really all I can say on that topic.
Well said, both. I it's 2:30 in the morning for me, and I have work at 8 o'clock. But anyways, I'm here for as long as you need to be. But Creator, I don't know if you want to go much longer either.
I don't want to go much longer.
Yeah.
I do have one last thing to say, but I'll let you go first.
Yeah. Well, are we closing out then? Like, I know there was a few more questions, guys, but I think other stuff will come out over time, and will be revealed. The private project, I don't think there's any more we need to go into that right now. I presume, Creator, or the hedge fund or whatever you called it. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm here, guys. So I mean, I know Pocket. I know I'm keeping you up past your.
It's all good. Sometimes
your
I stay up to this anyways to help out the Discord. But so I guess people were just asking more about the private program that we're looking at, that you're talking about. Is there anything more we want to go into here, or we're just going to wait for future information? Let's get the refunds done first, kind of thing.
I will say, when it comes to the private group, again, it's gonna. I think I stated earlier, it's gonna be through a hedge fund. It is not. It's something that's gonna be an overseas thing, where it's an overseas hedge fund. There will be a 60-day lockup, like I said, because if there's not a 60-day lockup, it puts too much pressure on any project to be able to generate any type of rewards. If there's not a lockup, there has to be some type of lockup. If you just allow people to randomly pull out whenever they want, that's where the problems start.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, you know, you have these funds locked up over here in trades or doing whatever, and then this person's request or getting refunds, it just causes a lot of problems. It's the same thing, and this, I'm just being very honest, it's the same thing what's going on right now. Okay, I look at smart contracts in a way that just kind of like what's happening in the banking system right now. Okay, and I don't really want to bring that up, but the reality is, people here, they go on YouTube, they hear what's going on, these banks going down, all these Silicon Valley, all these different big banks that are going down. And what do people do? They start pulling out everything because they're scared. It's through fear. So that causes, obviously, for banks to go bankrupt. It causes for people not to be able to have the funds they need at that moment to be able to give every depositor that deposited into that bank. So these are things that are happening right now, and it's in my personal opinion, it's not much different from a smart contract in general. Because if you have everybody pulling out at once, and you have these funds locked up, and you're using them to generate more rewards, and you have all these people trying to pull out, it's only going to cause problems. So there has to be some type of lockup period.
Yeah. Okay. And there's a few other things, but I think that's pretty much it, guys. And I do appreciate everybody joining. I apologize for the quick runaround, but we got it up on here.
Yep.
It will be recorded, so it's the same link. Once we end this broadcast, it becomes the same thing. It's only a link you can get from the two Discords, that obviously the PGV Discord and the PTC one. And thanks, guys, for listening to all this and taking the time. And hopefully everybody understands this, and it can hopefully basically stop all the BS, for lack of a better term, because it's getting pretty tiresome. Do not DM me or any of the admins for getting
Or
into
me.
the private
Or me.
protocol. We don't have any access to giving you access to the private protocol. We don't know all the answers yet. But other than that, that's about all I have to say. Lotus, you want to close out anything, and then Creator?
Yeah, real quick. I don't know, for those that doubt creators, Manny, whatever, that, like his ability to like be truthful. I just wanted to go over a little process because I know you don't mind this. The way that these past two AMAs were set up were like literally within like less than a couple minutes of me and him DMing back and forth. And I'd just like to say, hopefully, Pocket and Manny, if we do anything in the future, it can be more planned out. But literally, the last two AMAs were, hey,
Well,
people are kind of people are
Pocket was
scared.
sleeping. Pocket
I
was
was
leaving
literally
answers
trying to
after.
get to sleep, couldn't get to sleep, woke up literally minutes before they met, or after they messaged me, and came down and went, "Oh, what the? Okay."
Yeah, so like that's the level of like planning that went into this one and the first one. So like, he very much could have said, "No, I'm not doing an AMA. Screw you guys, you all." But like, no, he generously decided to do two AMAs in the past week so that everybody could understand the process, get everything out there, right? He put out the sheet that you guys wanted, so there you go. Like, so information has been put out. I really don't think there's any need for FUD anymore. Okay, there was never really a need, but like I can understand why people had concerns. I
Yeah.
had concerns at one point, but I think now that Manny said everything, he's gonna put more stuff out in the future. I think we can just chill, let him do his thing, and
Or let
that
everybody understand that somebody was coming in here to help with communication, but unfortunately had to back down because people didn't think I was, or thought I was being used. Very quick thing. I'm happy to take back that reign a little bit for everybody and for Manny, so he can work. Sorry, continue on.
No, that's really about it. Like, I just yeah, I think that all speaks for itself. Anything you want to say, Manny?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and end it off. I will say, just being on a truthful note, I will say that personally, I never expected things to go the way they did, with the over leverage especially. It's been a lot of and I understand everybody what they're going through right now as far as refunds, those that haven't received it. But just and a lot of people don't really get to hear it from me as far as in the background because nobody sees what I'm doing, all that stuff. But it's been a longed out months and months. This project has been like 18-hour days for me. I have had some times where I'm like, I need to take a break for a couple days and get away, but um, besides that, it's been a long out process, like constantly 18 hours a day, 20 hours a day. And, I've sacrificed time with family. I've sacrificed a lot of stuff for this project. So believe me when I tell everybody that this is not something that uh, you, I understand everybody's worried. I can't stop your worries right now because I understand there's a lot of people that still have not been refunded. But I will say that from my mindset, from my aspect on my side, I personally can tell you that there isn't any need to worry about getting your refund. You will get your refund if you have not received it yet. And that is my promise to those who have not received it. Again, I cannot stop anybody from taking my word and not believing it because, again, there has been a lot of delays and delays and delays, and I understand that. Again, that's on me. But I believe now, after in the background getting things situated and coming up with an actual plan, that the only plan that is going to work, everybody will be good to go and we can finally move on, and those that want to stick around for the future can, and those that want to leave, you know uh, we're glad to have had you here, and I just hope that your everything moving forward goes well for you. So again, I appreciate all of you who've stuck around and been here through all this. Again, I'm sorry for the delay. I do have to say that, and that's something I take on me. But I'm doing what I need to do to correct the mistakes I've made, and hopefully everybody can understand that moving forward.
Thank you. Thank you. All right,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
We'll shut this down. Have a good
Yep.
night.
Have a good